Okay, yep.
Percentage is basically something, like something out of 100.
Okay, it's out of 100. Yep. Okay, you can use it for a chance, like a probability. It has that weird sign. Can I give you this right here? Do we use percentages a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in fact, every single quiz and test, almost every single quiz and test that I give back to you has one on the top of it. A percent. And don't most of us understand, oh, that's what I got, or that's what I didn't get? And so percentages are easy to interpret and really easy to use. Percent is, here's where we're going to tie it into the chapter, because what's this chapter all about? It's about ratios, proportions. What does percent have to do with it? A percent is do you know what it is? Someone said it. It's a ratio. It's a comparison of two numbers. That compares a number to what? 100. That's it. That's all it is. It's a ratio that compares a number to 100. And it's so nice that you use it all the time. You guys understand if I said 50% of us in this room like pizza, or 50% of this room do not like math class, whatever it is, you guys understand that quickly. Half of us do, half of us don't. So percentages are nice, but all it is a ratio that compares a number to 100. Does anyone remember what a ratio is? Hint, hint. Compares two numbers. Does anyone remember what a proportion is? It has a ratio in it. You can look at your notes. This is from the last lesson. Yeah, whenever you have two ratios that equal one another, that's a proportion. That's all it means. Okay, so we're going to look at two formulas, or two proportions. One is hopefully the background to why we do something. And the other one is the practical way of looking at it. So I want you guys to get this down. And you, I hope, have seen this. The part over the whole. Is that a ratio? What do you guys think? Is that a ratio? Yeah, it's comparing the part to the whole. And that ratio is going to be equal to this other ratio, which we're going to call percentage over 100. Part over the whole equals percentage over 100. That's all it is. That's our percent proportion. Why is it a proportion? Because you have two what? Equaling one another. Ratios equaling one another. Why is this called a ratio? Because it has two numbers compared to each other, as well as these two numbers being compared to each other. Okay. That's one way of looking at it. The other way of looking at it, which is hopefully going to be the more practical way, is going to be the is number over the of number. Oh my, what? Have you ever seen that before, is over of? Okay, if you haven't, that's okay, because we're going to see that a lot today. And that ratio is equal to, another way of putting this would simply be that weird symbol over 100. So that percent symbol over 100. Okay, that's all we're doing here. And we're going to look at many different times. Okay. I'm going to do a little exercise with you guys. This percent proportion can always be written in this format. Okay, just think of it like that. The of number is the part or the whole? The whole, right? What's the is then? The part. Okay? What's the percent? It's the percentage. The same idea there. What's 100? It's 100. Okay. What you're going to be doing is you're going to get some word problems here in just a moment. And you need to know what number goes where. I'm going to give you some hints on how to figure that out. So if you're not paying attention, you're like, Mr. I don't know where the numbers go. Well, I told you here, so please listen up. You know where 100 always goes? Right there. And you can say bottom right if you want to use this format. So bottom right here. Where does the percent always go? Above the 100, right here. Whatever percent is, 20%, 15%, 13.7%. Okay, it's these two spots that I have a little bit of trouble of, okay? I'm going to help you out right now. And if you don't listen, you're going to ask the question, not understand it, or maybe get it and struggle on your homework. The of number is always a number that follows the word of. So it's the one after the word of. Can you guys remember that? Okay. Look on page 451. 451. We'll get to that in just a moment. Yep. I want to see if you guys are hopefully paying attention. Because if you can write this down, really get it down, these problems are no real big issue, I hope. Okay, look at number 13 way at the bottom of page 451. Do you guys see that's a word problem? Okay. What number is the whole?
296.
Okay, how do I know it's 296 and not 37? Okay, what number follows the word of? It's 296. You guys understand that? You can take that to the bank. It's always going to be that way. Okay, the is number is always next to the word is. Always next to the word is. But it can come before or after. Do you guys understand that? Before or after. So on this problem, what is the is number? 37. Number 13 at the very bottom. 37 is the is. What should go right here in that problem? Sorry, Scout? 100. Okay, always 100. What goes up here then? Percent. What's the percent? What is it?
37. X. Not been told.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you're giving me a definition. Actually, sorry, over there. Do we know what the percent is in that problem? No. So I put a variable by it. It's just say it's X or Y or W. I don't know. We figure it out. So this is what I'm doing on that problem. Okay, Jake, what was the is number? And you don't have to cross these out. I'm just doing this to help you guys out. 37. That goes right here. What's the of number, Matt? So go to page 451. You'll see it there. Parker, what's the of number?
296.
296. Mandy, what's this? What goes right here?
296. Oh wait, 100.
Just 100. You leave it like that. Annie, what goes up here?
X.
Yeah, some variable. I don't know. You want to pick W, X, Y, Z, A, Q, R. It doesn't matter. Do you guys see I have this ratio now and this ratio? How do I solve for that W?
You cross multiply.
Cross multiply. Okay, we're not going to do that today. Or sorry, not on this problem. But I do want to see here. I asked the other class, how many boys are in this classroom today? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, got 9. How many total students do I have in this class?
20.
Okay, 20. All right, so would you guys agree that 9 is the part and 20 is the whole? Right? Okay, if I use this proportion, what's the number that's going to go here? 100. And your class is nice because you know what they had? They had 8 over 18, which is not super friendly on the multiplication or division. What number goes up here? X. I don't know what that percent is right away. So what do you do to figure it out?
Are you trying to figure out how many girls?
Boys. What percent of the class is boys? Excuse me. Okay. So cross multiply. I know there guys. I know there are many other ways to do this, but I'm looking at your homework and I'm thinking, if they want to do it the shortcut way, good luck. That's all I'm going to say. Good luck. So doing this, what's 9 times 100? 900. So if you didn't understand yesterday, I would pay attention. What's 20 times x? 20x. What do I do to solve for x? Excuse me. Good. Divide by 20. And again, many ways to do that. 900 goes into 20. 4 times. 80. 100. 5 times. What's my answer?
45. 45%.
Didn't I ask what percent I wanted? So should you give me a percent when I ask for a percent? If you say this, Mr. Ray, what percent did I get? 15 out of 35. Is that a percent? No? You're like, what percent is that? 15 out of 35. That's not answering the question, so I had to give you an actual number with the percent sign. In that case, it would be 45%. The other class had 44% were boys, so it's actually pretty evenly split here. What percent are girls in this class? 55%. Do you guys see that's easy to... So are there many more girls than boys? No, there's actually only one more girl than a boy, so it's pretty evenly split. Okay. Off by one. So there are 9 boys, 11 girls. So one difference there. Okay. No. What you're saying is how many more. So yeah, you can say if one girl turned into a boy, like we switched them out. Okay. If one girl was switched out with a boy, wouldn't it be even? That's what I mean. So I get what you're saying. But that's what I meant. Okay. Let's go to example number 1. And we'll do A. Sorry, I didn't mean to make that confusing. Can somebody read for me the instructions to example A? Because if we don't get that instruction, we're going to get a number, but it's not going to be right. So 9 over 16 over x, or equals x over 100. Okay, Chelsea?
Express each fraction as a percent.
Okay, what should my answer be? A percent. So if you give me just a number with no symbol next to it, it can't be right. Okay, what do I do here to find out what that percent is? Just cross multiply. What's 9 times 100? 900. What's 16 times x? 16x. And then what do you do to both sides to find x? Good, divide by 16. Some of you, I hope, are thinking in your head, Mr. A, can't you just do, or could you do? And there, like I said, there are many ways to do this, but this way is going to get you that that percent, every single time exactly the way you should write it, which is really nice. So I'm going to do 900 divided by 16. Okay, so 16 goes into 90. 4 times, that's going to be 72. 16, 32, 64. It doesn't go into it. 4 times it goes into it. 5 times. And that's going to be 80. Okay, 90 minus 80, 10. 16 goes into 100 6 times. And that's going to be 96. Oh, what do you do if it keeps going? Yeah, put your decimal. And I'm going to keep going here. I hope it ends. 16 goes into 40 twice. That's 32. Oh, man, that's 8.
No, it goes into it right there. It goes into it 5 times.
5 times. And it ends. It's done. There were a couple of repeating answers. I'm going to have you round those to the nearest hundredth. Nearest hundredth. Right there. Yeah, I'm not done yet. But you round this to the nearest hundredth. And when I get my answer, when I get my final, whether it's terminated or I rounded it, what needs to be part of that answer? Yeah, so you're going to get 56.25%. You can say equals x. That's okay. No. Because asking you to convert this fraction into a percent. So I'm okay with that. Yes, ma'am?
So could we do 56.3%?
No, go to the 100th because a lot of them are going to end at the 100th, or you could just round it to the 100th, which will happen maybe 2 or 3 times with repeating numbers. So it's not just going to keep going and being random. Yep. You could, but what we want on these, so you could do 1/4, but we're going to have decimal answers for these, and mainly because most of the problems are going to be decimal problems. So yeah, good question. Okay, let's do B, and then I'll have you try one out on your own. B is a little strange to me, guys. This one is 15 over 4 equals x over 100. Let's see if you guys were paying attention to the percent proportion. Annie, what's the part? Okay. What's the whole number? Alyssa, what's the whole? 4? Wait. How is the top number bigger than the bottom number? Is that even possible? It is, because we're going to work it out. It's like saying this, and I try to use this as an illustration. Okay, how many students are normally in this classroom? If everyone's healthy, everyone comes to school? 20, right? But let's say one day something happened to that room. We had to get everyone in this room. So I have the 18 plus the 20. How many would I have in here? 38. Would I have more than I normally have? So I'd have my 38 over my 20, and it would be a percent greater than 100. And that happens. Have you ever heard someone say, give 120% or 110%, or I give 150%? Can you really do that?
Yes. No.
Yes.
Or can you? Maybe.
Okay, good. We got all the answers there. No, you can't give more than 100%. So the highest you can give is 100%. That's all. That's it. If you give 101%, you're giving more than what you can give. That's a tough. Yeah, 5 hours.
100 and some teachers give people 105.
Sorry, I'm talking about when people say I'm giving 110%, like usually athletics or. Okay, you do that, which rounds to 100. Okay, we're gonna cross multiply here. So it's 15 times 100. 1500, and what's 4 times x? 4x. What do you do to both sides? And I'm just going to tell you right now, since we're looking at proportions and ratios this chapter, I need to see this. You're going to show me that. And a little note on your homework. It's almost like I'm doing like a crackdown on homework. I'm seeing some bad patterns, and I'm not just saying you guys, but in my classes, I see correct answers, but I see no work to support it or to show that it is the correct answer, and they got it that way. So you need to show me work, and if you get it right, awesome, keep going on. If you get it wrong, check it in the back, rework it, and then try it again. It's okay. It's okay to get it wrong. I get it wrong often, and then I just have to redo it and try again. But don't just put the right answer and then move on, because I'm going to find that out. And I basically just marked that wrong. Okay, if I divide both sides by 4, I'm going to get 1,500 divided by 4. 4 goes into 15. 3 times. You want that short division? Of course you do. 4 goes into 30. 7 times with a remainder of 2. 4 goes into 20. 5 times. Yes, 375. Oh, yes. 375%. Yeah, you can. And again, it's like I normally put 4 boxes in this room. And today I had to overstuff it with 15. You put 375% of what you normally do. So you have a lot of different scenarios with that. But again, I'm not going to get into what a person can give in effort or something like that. Okay. How many of you are pretty confident, pretty comfortable with these? Good. Try out on page 451, number 8. Yes, ma'am. Sarah? That's okay. Okay, so number 8. I want a percent.
Number
8. Parker.
Can we, instead of like problems like this one, can we just like write out the problem?
So like, what would you write out?
Just do like 1 over 20 equals 5 over 20.
No. And again, some of these are easy, but I need you to show me that proportion step. And can I give you a reason why? Just one reason. So I tutor a lot of geometry students this year. Guess what they're using a lot? Sorry, not only just percents, but proportions. And these have like x's plus 3 times 5, all in these spots. You got to use that proportion method, because you can't do it that mental way or that shortcut way. And then I'll show you another thing that you could do to help yourself out to make it easier. So I do want to make things easier, but at the same time, give you good practice. Okay, how'd you do it? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. 5 equals x, which you translate to 5%. That's it, 5%. Do you guys understand that 1 out of 20 or 1/20th translates to 5%? Isn't that really small? Yeah, wasn't that fraction really small? They relate together. I hope you guys get that. Okay, let's do just a couple more together and we're done. Okay, example number 2. This is where we're going to get those word problems, and I hope you guys are ready for it. Okay, example 2. Can someone read that problem for me? And I'll translate it. Davis? 68 is 20% of what number? Okay. So I know I'm going to set up my percent proportion, but I need to know what goes where. Does anyone know the number that you can always put in the same spot every time, no fail?
100.
Okay, 100. You can always put it right here. Always. Just do it. Automatic. That means you're really only trying to find 3 numbers, but even one of the numbers is like, I would say, the next easiest one to write. What would you guys say? I would say, so some of you can get the other numbers where they belong, but I think the 20%, that's pretty quick. Like, you can do that because the percent always goes in the top above 100. Now, the is and the of, those are the tough ones, but somebody tell me, what is the of number? I want to know the of number, Chelsea. Really? Wait. Oh, do I know the number after of? Do I know it? No, that's why you put a variable. Therefore, after process of elimination, where does 68 go? Now, can I ask you this? Was 68 next to the word is? Isn't that what I said it would be? It's going to be like that. But, Mr. A, I have a question. 20% is also next to the word is. So how do you know which one it's going to be? And again, I said it could come before or after, so I don't know this one. Okay, yes?
So the 20%, it will always have a percentage,
Oh.
so it would always go in the top right. But if it is, then the number in this case would be 68.
Yeah, so in this case it was the number before. It could sometimes be after, but this number is always already taken up in the percent side. All right. Here's what you could do to make life easier is to realize, you know what? I can simplify ratios. How many of you agree we could do that? You can simplify ratios. Does anyone see a ratio I can simplify before I multiply? Josh? Wait, that could be, whoa. Yeah. How many of you agree with 20 over 100 is also equal to 1/5? And if you don't agree, you can you can divide both sides, both numerator and denominator, by 20. You get 1/5. Is this a hard problem? All you really have to do is do 68 times 5, and that equals 1 times x. So what's 68 times 5? 340 equals 1x, which means what does x equal? Okay, 340.
It's not percent because it's
circle.
percent.
There you go, Mr. A. He's trying to trick you.
Yeah, the thing is, listen, you're going to get 340, which, I hope you can get that number. But some of you are going to put a percent next to it. I'm going to think, okay, let's see how they got that. You're saying that 68 over 340% is 20 over 100. Or you're saying 68 is 20% of 340%.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what that means. Can't figure it out. Sorry, mine got blank. Just answer the question. Did they already give you a percent? Do you need to find a percent? No. Okay, so please use that. One last problem that you do on your own. If you can get this down, you are good to go. Page 451. Ooh, I'm going to give you a tough one. Number 11 at the very bottom. Figure that one out. And use a percent proportion, because I'm going to ask you what goes where on number 11. Oh. Where's that word is? Is not there, is it? Oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm just going to translate. Yes, Emily, go ahead. Okay, let me write this. I'll come to you. Yes.
I'm supposed to do with the word problem, like 15 over 50.
15 over 100.
So 15 over 100.
And then you have to find out where does that
60.
where does that go?
Is
Yep.
it on the bottom?
You tell me.
Oh yeah, it does.
Okay, let's get the easy part first. What number? Automatic. 100 goes down here. I don't care what's up there. 100 goes down there. The next easiest number would be
15%.
Okay, so I'm going to put the 15 right here. All right, nope, not bad. I don't have the word is. So I do have the word of, and what follows the word of? Where does the of number go? Do I know what the is number is? I don't even know where the is word is. Is word is. I don't even know where the is word was. No. I don't know. So I have this info, and I have enough to solve. Can you make that simpler?
Yes.
You can. If you do, great. If you don't, that's okay. You can work it out just like this, and it'll be fine. You can simplify it. It'll be fine if you multiply and divide correctly. I would say in this case, I don't want to simplify. Does anyone know why?
Because it's weird.
That's actually, yeah, 100 is easy to deal with in this case. So what's 60 times 15? 900. Is that what you guys got?
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds good. Divided by 100?
9.
Ooh. Yeah, oh yeah. You're going to get, if you put 5 into both, you're going to get 3 over 20. Cross multiply, it gets the same number. Aren't you thankful that ratios have equivalent ratios that you can work with? I am thankful. In this case, 9. How many of you got 9? Percent? If you, hold on, Swivl, you got to record this.